Hi everyone, this is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into the total market capitalization, like a market health checkup. I'd like to do this with you now and again, just to show you some technicals on the market and the health of the market, basically. So, right now, we are expecting more upside here, and I have given you some thought experience before. We've got 1618. We've got a technical target up here of $11 trillion for this market capitalization of crypto that we do anticipate crypto getting to. The total market capitalization of crypto. For me, you're looking relatively good here for continuation. You're putting in a beautiful cup and handle pattern. You've got a level of resistance. You start to break out of that. You're looking at $3.8 trillion market cap. And like I said to you, we're currently at 2.36. We've come down, we've held support. We're looking really, really good. Providing we can break this resistance right now, you're going to be in the technical target to the upside. Okay, so it's looking really, really good. So with that, I think off this particular wave just here, you're putting an impulsive wave as well. So you will be in an impulsive wave target to 4.28 trillion. So I think you're going to get to that and beyond, obviously. So that would be a sort of Fibonacci extension for me right there. Once you break this high at around about 2.57 trillion, which you're not far off, to be honest with you. Once you start to come up there and break that high, I think that's where you're going to see a bit of a rally, obviously, in the crypto markets, and you're going to see a lovely appreciation like we did here last year. When we had that sort of September, Rectember, so to speak, and we held the EMAs, just like we're doing right here, the yellow line, which is 20, then you broke out and look at that massive wave. Okay, so you've got that beautiful appreciation there in the crypto market cap coming into April, basically. So what I'm anticipating, and a lot of people are not, I know a lot of people are thinking we're going to have this sort of year-end blow-off top and it's all going to be mania, potentially, and then we enter a bear market, but I don't actually envision that. I don't think we are. I think we're going to run into next year, and I do think that's how we're going to get to 11 trillion. I do think that this particular target up here, that you could potentially be looking at this getting met relatively soon, over the next few months, October, September or whatever. And I do think this is all theory based. Obviously, nothing I say is absolute, nothing I've ever said is absolute. We might not even break out here, might run into resistance and roll over and into a bear market, Who knows, might put in a big monster double top just here like this and roll. So it's all about support and resistance. But whilst you're holding support, okay, you're good for continuation. And when you're doing that, I'd be lying to you by saying we're going to go into a bear market. I've always said that to you. Okay, I was looking for the retest of support, the foundation. You came down, you created it, and from that you've got a base in which you can work from. Now, if you'd come up here, made a lower high and rolled over, I was saying, yeah, you're really high probability here of forming a bear market. But I've always stood by my guns and said to you, whilst you're holding structural support, there's no bear market here. It's bear market hopium. Do you understand that? You're in a bull market. You're in a corrective phase of a bull market. You put in ABC correction, and you're looking for continuation. All right, that is really is that simple. So if we can get the continuation, start to break out, and we break this size, you will be an impulsive wave target to 4.28 trillion. I do think you'll get there, and potentially you're going to roll back at that point. You could get a little bit more FOMO, go a little bit extended to these, and come back down. But I do envision us getting to this white line eventually, 11.77 trillion. But the question is when. So as a thought experiment, I like to do this on the channel. You break this side just here, you're looking at a lovely cup and handle pattern playing out. Break the level of resistance, beautiful. And you always see these little stop gaps in bull markets. When you're coming up, parabola, we need to slow down, come back to support, and then continue. That's what happens. Look at any chart, it shows you that. Okay, so it's looking geared up. You're looking geared up for continuation. You are until you're not. So for me, I like to do these thought experiments. Now, this particular thought experiment just here, absolutely pick the top of this particular wave just there. I'll show you. So from this high to this low to this high, where we started the new wave one, because for me this is your ABC into the bear right there, and you came up, created your wave one, your wave two, your wave three, and wave four, and right now you're putting in your wave five. So for me, look at the two, look at the blue line. It literally called the top of this particular wave three to the T. Look at that. It was probably a week out or something. Look at that. Boom. So as a thought experiment, it got that particular top. Right, so what we need to do now is look at potentially where the top of wave 5 might be. Okay, so we're going to do the same again. I'm going to show you. So potentially wave 5, which we're anticipating, okay, and at that point people are going to think we're entering a bear market. But I think that obviously we can enter the bear market. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But this is all thought experiment. I'm looking at a way, how do we get to this $11 trillion market cap, which I've had laid down since we bottomed out down here, and we formed a buy and go to the beach on a weekly. Since we got that, I've been looking at that as my target. I've been since 2019. Look, that's what I'm trying to get to, and I do think you're going to get there, because I think that this time around is potentially a little bit different from the previous cycles. Okay, Not got a crystal ball, but this is something I'm looking at. So again, as a thought experiment, what we're going to do is go from this high here to this low, okay, and then we're going to go to here, just here, which is the high of wave 3. So for me right now, you're looking at potentially the final wave ending in September, okay. September, do you see that just there? So I think that that could potentially be your sort of $11 trillion market cap by next September. So for me, this is, if we line up again with a 2 and we look at the end of wave 5, this for me could be the end of the bull market for crypto. But I think what you're going to do here, you're going to have a corrective phase around about Christmas, and I'm going to show you why just there based off this thought experiment. So we've come up, this is your wave 1, this is your wave 2, this is your wave 3, this is your wave 4, and potentially right now you're putting a wave 5 up to these levels just here, okay, where I do think you're going to run into resistance, and at that point you're going to come back for support just like you did here, have a bit of a correction, and then you're going to get the sort of the blow off top, the massive rally towards September next year, October, based off this trend based fib time that I've just dropped in, which has just shown you this top. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to go to this particular high just there, to this particular low where we started to pick up, and then this particular high just there for the crypto market cap. So for me, you're looking at some kind of end game, not necessarily end game, some kind of sort of correction at this point towards January for the total market capitalization of crypto. So for me, I think that you're going to run up here, okay, you're going to run into something, a level of resistance, you're going to roll back for support, and then you're going to get that extension here. If we continue to adhere to this level of support, this upper trend line, and this is where we go super parabolic, this could be a fantastic entry point, because you keep falling back to it as support like this, okay. So we'll keep an eye on this trend line moving forward for crypto. So something like this, let's have a thought experiment, okay. So come up here, get extended, come back, and then we do something like that and come back, and eventually we sort of get to that particular target, for crypto. So that's basically a little thought experiment on the crypto market caps. I could be completely wrong, and all this might not happen, and we might roll into the bear here, lose a double top, create a double top, a lower high, basically roll at this point, but everything looks geared up for continuation for me anyway. We're creating beautiful patterns across the board, cup and handles, continuation patterns, bull flags, bull pennants, ascending triangles. We're looking at appreciation until we're not, okay. And this is what I've always said to you, you're holding the EMAs, so you're looking for continuation. You're in a whopping uptrend, okay. You've got a buy and go to the beach on the weekly, like rocking or shit, and you've maintained that. You've got a little bit of extended there, you had the gaps in the EMAs, and this has allowed it to cool down for the continuation of the bull right here, okay. So this is what I'm looking at until I'm not. I could be completely wrong. We could come up here to the 1618, okay, which is our technical target at the fibs, and that's where we could roll, and then to the bear market round about the end of the year there, and we might not get that overextension, that larger fifth wave, which is what I'm anticipating, because your fifth wave can be as large as the third wave. For me, this is your third wave here. Like you had your whopping correction. This for me was the low, but we'll go from here. This is your third wave. You had your correction right now, and you're putting in your fifth wave, and the fifth wave is going to be as big as the third wave. It can be. Let's have a little thought experiment again. Let's drag the bars from that level there to that peak, and let's just see if we have bottomed out just there. Potentially, if we go through a very similar impulse like we did from last September to October, actually I've gone from the wrong place. Let's go from September just here into October, and then we started to move up impulsively. Let's have a quick look at this, and from there to there, and we went into May, and we've literally broken out just now. Where are we broken out? Just there, haven't we? And we're in October now, which is just there. So yeah, if we go through a very similar impulsive, that could put us up there. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball, have they? And everything in technical analysis is a thought experiment. There's no sort of, it's not conclusive. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's all theory based. Everything is theory based. But so far so good. We're doing relatively well, and we're looking for a breakout here, and we're looking for continuation of the bull, in my opinion. If we take a look at the RSI as well on the weekly, I think we're in a fantastic position for continuation just there as well. You could do something like this in the RSI. You start to come up, hit that, roll back, and then do that again. Who knows? And that's sort of your wave up, your correction, and your wave up, and you come to that $11 trillion market cap, which I think if Bitcoin retains so much percentage of that sees that way over 200k market price tag for Bitcoin. So yeah, so far so good. I was saying all the same sort of thing down here when we broke out, and I seen all this and the fibs, and I dropped the fibs on to there and there. This is what gave me the 11 trillion. I said to family and friends, look, you know, not financial advice, but, you know, think about adding some crypto to your portfolio, you know, and sort of try and get involved. And a lot of people thank me because obviously it's been really good so far, hasn't it? And so far so good. We're coming back to trend lines, we're holding support, you're looking for continuation right here for crypto. So that's basically a little market health update. You know, full transparency, if we start to reject to this eye and we lose this level of support right now, there is still the potential of entering the bear market, and we've had a whopping bull trap unlike any I've ever seen, to be honest with you, and all this just here is a bull trap. But for me, you know, I like using technical targets and patterns. You got beautiful cup and handle, you're coming back for support, you're breaking this high, you're looking at continuation. Equally here, you've got one big massive bull flag, you know, you break out of that, you've got a technical target as well, which is identical to the technical target of the cup and handle right there. So it's looking for continuation until it's not. Okay, so that's health checkup for you. Take care everyone, stay healthy, stay strong, and thank you for your support. Bye bye.